Alright guys, I have messed up. I haven't been backing up for a month and my SSD just died with my project on it. So what I'm going to have to do is rebuild everything, but first I'm going to see if I can repair the SSD myself. I've gone over the circuit board about 5 times every capacitor and I cannot detect any short circuit, so I'm thinking it might be the chip, but regardless, I've been unable to repair it, so it's time to accept that it is dead. So now on to redoing everything. On a more positive note, I have found a better AI motion capture website to record my movements. So I've been playing around with that a bit and I've been getting some better results than Rococo. This one's called Plask. And yeah, I think instead of remaking the crappy animations from before, I think I'm just gonna work on the animations and get them actually good and then go from there. So that's the plan. But that's all I can do for this Saturday, and I will be out all Sunday. So we'll see what we can do Monday. It's currently a Monday and I am now sick. Whilst that sucks, it means that I'm off work, so I can spend this time working on my project. I haven't felt like animations due to, not wanting to stand up. But instead, I've spent the last 4 hours making the trees again in Treeit, and then importing them to Blender, and then remeshing them in Blender. And you can see the results are pretty good. On the left here is just it in Treeit without remeshing it in Blender. And on the right, you can see I've remeshed it, and it just looks a lot better. So I remade all 5 of the tree variants. And I've also made some stumps for when they're cut down, so you know where they are before they grow back magically. But that's all for today, and I'll continue tomorrow. It is Tuesday today, and I'm feeling a little bit better, so I will be getting up and doing some motion capture. I've recorded 6 new animations, 3 different swing animations, and 3 different sheathing animations. And here you can see the original animation on the left. The first bit of it's a bit glitchy with the arm, that's my fault. But then on the right you can see my edited animation, which I've rotated the arm for, so that it's more realistic as to a sword swing. I've just stretched one of his fingers to kind of pretend that he's holding a pole or a sword, to get an indicator of where the sword is pointing, and I'm pretty happy with it. So I'm going to try and put that in the game now. It is now Wednesday, and that really sucked. I had so many issues that I had to figure out how to deal with, and I was not motivated enough to deal with them. But it's finally done now, and it works, and I'm happy with that. The more I look at this animation, the worse it gets to me, but it's obviously a lot better than what I had previously, so I'm happy with that. So now I can finally do more coding, which is what I actually want to do. This animation looks horrible from a third-person perspective, but it works, so it's fine. Now that I've finally gotten the attack animation out of the way, I can finally work on other things. And I've just done a much better system for the combos, which I'm very happy about. I won't get into it because you'll probably get bored, but it's a lot more simple and there's a lot less bugs, at least so far. And now you can cut down the trees and they will drop wood and eventually respawn, and they leave the little stump behind. Something I've done, and there's probably a better way, but I want to, when this game is further in development, make it so that there's a setting where you can change, say, resource respawning times. And obviously, I would then have to change every single tree type, every single rock type, etc., which would be bad. So what I'm doing is, I'm making every resource type inherent their respawn timer from tree 1. By doing that, I can make it so that players can change tree 1's respawn timer and it'll inherit to every single other resource. There's probably a better way to do that, but this one seems efficient enough. But that's all I have time for this episode. Thanks for tuning in. Have a good one.